testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, good.
Okay.
So you fell asleep after he came back to the car, or you started dozing?
Yes.
Can you just tell the jurors what you saw inside of the car at that point? You said you saw Foolio laid out.
Yeah, first thing I saw Foolio laid up. I thought it was a car until I looked up, saw the bullet holes, and I saw Zay covered in blood yelling.
You okay?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yes.
So you see in this video, Xavier Edwards desperately trying to get them out of harm's way. But what he didn't know is that up on the top of that screen between that, I think it's a Mercedes and that yellow car, was the third shooter. This is the edge of a Tesla that's sitting at another Charger. That Tesla has its, I believe it's called Centurion function on, and it is recording from multiple cameras around the car. This is Mr. Gathright arriving at his grandmother's house in Opal Avenue in Auburndale. You're gonna see him walk in. You see the Chevy Impala, the assault car, sitting in the driveway. Law enforcement go there later. They get this video of Mr. Gathright switching cars. You're gonna see him wiping down the Impala before he leaves. And there he is leaving in the 4Runner.
I don't got no fish to fry. I done threw my big ass net out there and you hear me? Come on now.
Keep talking for FBI.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, I'm sorry y'all, but I'm gonna go out on a limb right now and say this. I think we're looking at the beginning of the possibility of an ATK Rico. And yes, we've been knew this because we've been knew it was coming. Of course, we've been knew it was brewing. I've told y'all plenty of times that it's only a matter of time before they actually strike. And why? Because these guys have been moving very sloppy, and I guess they think just because the feds haven't came yet that they've been doing such a good job at just being discreet. However, that's not the case. One thing about the feds, they're very strategic, and they only strike when they 100% have everything they need. So when they do come to you, they're coming to you to hand out time. Once you say you don't want to take the time, which is usually a very long time, they tell you to go to trial. But not only that, they investigate to the T and end up having evidence that you wouldn't even believe that they have, but you find out when it's too late in the middle of your trial, which is what we're seeing here with one of the suspects in the demise of Julio Foolio. Now, the Young and Ace have been mentioned a bunch of times by Jacksonville Police Department during their conferences on the war between ATK and KTA. And when it gets that big to where the police believe you guys are involved and bodies are dropping, you gotta remember that the only reason they haven't locked everybody up yet is because it's not what they know is happening, it's what they gotta prove in the court of law. So once they get enough evidence to prove such, that's exactly what they're gonna do. So right now it's just brewing, but you know what's going on as ATK and Young and Ace keep being mentioned throughout this trial. Now, honestly, I think the death of Julio Foolio was pretty much the icing on the cake. It was too bold, it was too loud, and the feds have even mentioned songs made by Young and Ace after Julio Foolio's death, as they believe he was admitting his involvement while taunting Julio Foolio. Crazy. Now, we mentioned that before, and a bunch of people said it's just music. They can't indict you off of music because it's just creative expression. And as true as that may sound, time after time we witness these guys get indicted and their music lyrics or videos or IG lives are a part of the indictment. And we gotta remember that there is such a thing called an Instagram indictment. So even though it may not be strong enough to solely convict somebody by itself, it holds enough weight to at least prove a point concerning the charges against you to get a conviction, if that makes sense. So the best way to eliminate that is to just stop putting incriminating evidence or things in your damn music or videos or social media. Why would someone even want to allude to having involvement in catching a body publicly, especially being somebody that's a public figure? I don't know. Anyway, Alicia Andrews is one of the 5 people who have been charged for the 2024 unaliving of Jacksonville rapper Julio Foolio. She's being charged with premeditated first-degree M and conspiracy to commit first-degree M. According to prosecutors, she played a role in setting up Julio Foolio as she and her boyfriend Isaiah Chance, aka Gutter Zay, allegedly followed Foolio all over Tampa while giving his location to the men charged with actually unaliving Julio Foolio, which were Sean Gathright, Rashard Murphy, and Davion Murphy. Foolio was gunned down in the Holiday Inn parking lot on June 23, 2024, and authorities believe his death was a part of an ongoing feud between Julio Foolio and sets affiliated with ATK, such as 1200 and 600 Block, as they were mentioned during the Jacksonville police conference.
Investigation would later reveal that the 3 armed shooters were Sean Gathright, Rashard Murphy, and Davion Murphy. Detectives used footage from the scene, license plate readers, and phone logs to identify 2 vehicles and link them back to the suspects. Furthermore, it was found that the shooters are members of or affiliated with rival gangs of Jones that go by ATK and 1200. Jones was part of the 6 Block gang. Detectives believe that the ATK and the 1200 worked together to target Jones as part of an ongoing feud in Jacksonville.
Now at first, Alicia's attorney was trying to paint the narrative that Alicia was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and due to domestic disputes she had with her boyfriend Isaiah, she feared for her life. Now Alicia was set to testify against her boyfriend Isaiah because she claimed she was beat, dragged, and kidnapped for not giving up her cell phone, which is the same exact cell phone used to conspire the hit. But the prosecutors wasn't having it, and they ate her up.
For a co-defendant, and that's what that case law, that Florida State Supreme Court case law cites to, it doesn't matter how afraid or scared you may be of one of your co-defendants. In fact, that Cole case is a woman who was charged along with a male co-defendant of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Duress is never going to be an excuse if you're fearful of your own life to take another's life. And so that is the point. The jury shouldn't be able to hear any sort of issues that she does have with a co-defendant, because that defense is not available to her for first-degree premeditated murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree premeditated murder.
Basically, her phone being used is a dead giveaway in guilt, and it includes her automatically. So her only way of trying to appear innocent is to have to flip on her boyfriend to make it seem like she was forced or coerced into doing what she did. She even went as far as already throwing him under the bus in the statement she made to the police, as it will state, quote, Alicia Andrews provided a post-Miranda statement where she identified herself within the footage she was seen in and identified Isaiah Chance as the male driving the suspect vehicle, the Silver Cruise, while it was tracking the victim's movements. Andrews admitted to allowing Isaiah Chance to use her cell phone while he communicated with Sean Gathright. Alicia Andrews denied knowledge of this homicide and was caught lying multiple times during her interview. Andrews related she was only at Teasers in Truth 18 because she and Chance were thinking of going to party there. Andrews related she and Chance went up to the front doors of both clubs to ask how much it was to get in. However, that blank continuous video surveillance cameras the front doors of both clubs. Basically, she was caught on both cameras of these 2 clubs where she didn't even attempt to get in, right? Or even if she did, it just seemed like she was trying to check to see if a certain somebody was there. This is why they got her on surveillance, and they're saying, well, you went up to the club. And what a coincidence that you go to both of the clubs that Julio Foolio was at, and on your phone, you're basically relating messages to the person that's supposed to be unaliving Julio Foolio. right? It's a major coincidence that out of all the clubs out there, you just so happen to go to both of them where you don't even get in. It just seemed like you're trying to track somebody's movements and see where they are, and your phone is connected to the unaliver, right? Now, I don't know if she thinks somebody is stupid, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, she should have just took them 18 years, because she's gonna blow, because this is just common sense to people that's gonna be in the jury when it comes time for trial and they gotta make that decision. Who's she fooling? Not to mention, she already got caught lying multiple times. Once they bring that up in court and the jury see that she's a liar already, they're gonna go based on what they already see and know and feel that she's lying. So they hear that she lied to the cops, and now they hear this, nothing she says is gonna be credible. Now, the judge sided with the prosecutors and ruled that her attorney would not be able to use that excuse in the court as part of their defense. Alicia chose not to testify within the case, and she also decided to refuse an 18-year plea deal when she was initially offered, which is why now she's at trial. Now, before we continue, remember I said the feds don't come unless they got all the evidence that they need. And they always seem to present more evidence than you think they have as soon as it comes time for trial. So if they came with an 18-year sentence initially, just know that whatever they have, they feel strong about. And they feel a strong reason why she's a part of the plot to unalive Foolio. Now, for y'all that don't remember, she was also identified by one of the hotel workers who explained that days before Julio Foolio was shot in that parking lot, she seen Alicia and Isaiah at that hotel and even accused one of the workers of possibly being involved in the plot as well. This is one of the reasons why prosecutors say that it was premeditated. Not to mention they flew in to the location just to do allegedly what they did. If I'm not mistaken, I think they also may have surveillance footage proving that Alicia and her boyfriend was at the hotel days before leading up to the shooting. So how is her attorney going to justify her being at the hotel prior to the shooting? What reason would she use for being there with her boyfriend coincidentally the same time that Julio Foolio was supposed to be there? Let's not forget, when Foolio posted his story that very night, he also captured Alicia and others in the same room drinking with him. So once again, what a mighty coincidence that she was that close to him, but yet she's also accused of trailing him along with a boyfriend who has very close ties to his ops. And keep in mind, y'all, that's now 3 places that she was seen at where Julio Foolio was. It's too much of a coincidence, the 2 clubs and then the place where they was all taking shots at. Now, there's a lot more evidence, including text messages between the boyfriend and the suspects leading up to the shooting. So if you want to get caught up on that, you can check out the previous videos we did discussing everything. As for now, let's focus more on the new information we've been exposed to due to this trial. First, let's start off with a testimony from a girl who was with Foolio partying the night he was unalive, but also admits that she is the girlfriend of Youngin's Ace late brother, who also is the center of a lot of retaliation when it comes to KTA and ATK. Now, do y'all see the correlation? Do y'all see the setup that they're trying to do and link the whole ATK and Youngin Ace with Foolio? This is why I said there's going to be a RICO coming, because she also confirmed a lot of things that they needed on record. Y'all check this out.
At some point when you were younger, did you date someone who was associated with a rapper by the name of Youngin Ace?
Yeah.
What is Youngin Ace's real name?
Keontae.
Is that Keontae Bullard? And who were you dating that was related to Mr. Bullard?
Trayvon.
How is Trayvon Bullard related to Keontae Bullard?
They're brothers.
When did you date him?
In 2018.
And did something happen to him?
Yeah, he passed away.
When did he pass away?
June 5th, 2018.
And how did he pass away?
He got shot.
Was that a part of this rival gang war?
I'm assuming.
And going back to Youngin Ace, what was it known as back then?
Youngin Gang.
And is there music and rap music that is associated? Do you need a Kleenex or a tissue? You're okay? Is there music and nicknames and rap names associated with the music that these gangs are putting out?
Yes.
And what did your boyfriend's brother, what did he go by?
Ace.
At some point after the death of your boyfriend, did you continue to hang out with his brother and his brother's group?
I kept in contact, but I didn't really hang out.
Your boyfriend back then, he was associated with the group that was against Charles Jones' group, is that correct?
Yeah.
Is that some of the concern that you had with people finding out where you were?
Yeah, I just didn't want to be a part of any of the media stuff.
Is there a lot of social media that goes on with these two rival groups?
Yeah.
You mentioned knowing what ATK is. Did you say that?
I said I don't know what that is.
Oh, you don't know what ATK is?
No, I don't know what that means. I wasn't.
Oh, so sorry. Not the meaning of ATK, but that Young and Ace is a part of ATK. Did you say whether you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. ATK and 6 Block, do those two groups get along?
No.
Charles Jones, just for the jury, is a part of 6 Block, is that correct?
Yeah.
And Young and Ace is a part of ATK, is that correct?
Yeah.
Ms. Albert, going back to these real rap videos, in particular the song of Charles Jones about your boyfriend, is that When I See You? Is that the song that you're talking about?
I guess, yeah.
And then when you were in Tampa, who were you hanging out with again? Mr. McCrae, is that correct?
Yeah.
How long had you been friends with Mr. McCrae?
I've known him years.
And were you invited by Mr. McCrae to go to this event?
Yeah.
And you said that you didn't know Alicia Andrews. Did you ever know or hear of a person by the name of Isaiah Chance?
On Instagram.
And did he also have a nickname, a gang nickname, a rapper nickname? What was that? Gutta?
Now remember when everything first kicked off and Alicia, along with her boyfriend and Sean Gathright, was identified as the suspects, they basically affiliated them with being close to Foolio's ops, some way, somehow. They even mentioned that they have phone logs and other proof that showed a correlation between the suspects and Julio Foolio's ops. He's mentioned again, and this time they're showing the full video of the last moments leading up to Julio Foolio being alive. From the time he arrived to the hotel to the time the shots went off and he was unalive. Y'all check this out.
He's been out celebrating, you will find in the evidence. That is Mr. Jones with that open passenger door. The vapor you're seeing is coming out of the hotel. That's some type of a dryer vent. Mr. Jones in the red stocking cap pulling up his shorts. He walks in the hotel. As you can see on the timestamp, which is slightly off by a few minutes, this is about 4:30 in the morning. They had been out through the night. They had gone to a couple of clubs. Mr. Jones appeared at one club and performed, and then he went to an after party at another club. He had attempted to make a reservation here, but because they appeared so late, it had been given away. You'll see him come back and get into his car. Video slightly sped up here. That car entering right there, that's the assault team. And as I said, they go northbound around the north side. They avoid driving near. this entourage, Mr. Jones and his friends. Car driving by, that is the spotter car. That is the surveillance and reconnaissance vehicle. This is just before the shooting happens. And you're going to see that car come right back by. Going now into June 23rd, 3 hours before the murder of Charles Jones, and less than an hour before they begin to hunt and stalk him at Teasers, where he's appearing. Her phone leaves the Airbnb and starts tracking by hitting off cell towers to a nearby McDonald's at 22nd and Fletcher. That is her in the passenger seat. And there's not going to be any doubt about that in this case, because when she's later interviewed by police, she identifies herself. Because you're not really going to be able to see her face, but she says, yeah, I'm in that car. That's me.
Now, I take it that Alicia may not be aware of the severity of this case because she was seen in court laughing while her lawyer is helping her apply makeup to her face, and it don't seem like she's on trial for the unaliving of a popular rapper. Then when the picture of Foolio's lifeless body was shown, she can be seen smirking. Now, I don't think anybody on her side is taking this case serious because her attorney can be seen taking a picture and he will do the unthinkable. He will use one of the songs that Youngin Ace is accused of trolling in and use it as a song to put on the picture. Now, this just goes to show that just because you're a lawyer, it doesn't mean that you're the brightest crayon in the box. And as far as Alicia goes, she's young, so I'm sure she thinks this smirking stuff is cool, it's being tough, and she's trying to play crazy, but don't worry. Don't worry, they got a special place for people just like her. And with the amount of evidence it seems like they already have, she may spend the rest of her life in that very same place. Either that, or maybe she just knows she's good because she's going to try to put all the blame on her boyfriend. I don't know. But it wouldn't be hard because although he hasn't faced trial yet, the courts have already showed partial evidence they have against him, as they have him on surveillance. And let's not forget the time he got on Spaces and basically alluded to having some type of involvement because he thought it would be wise to speak on the unaliving of Julio Foolio.
What that song called, cuz?
I think Standing on Business.
By who?
Vaughn also 1700.
Don't you up. You got bigger fish to fry.
You with the fish?
No, I'm not.
Hell nah.
I
just twisted that bit so bad, bro. I don't got no fish to fry. I done threw my big ass net out there and you hear me? Come on now.
Keep talking for FBI.
Hell nah. Hey, Strap, you a informant, cuz. I swear to God.
Ah, you a informant.
Informant, cuz. Hell, you a informant, boy. What the I'm glad I'm so smart.
All you heard was chopper blasting.
Now, they also got Gutter Zay booking into an Airbnb, and on that surveillance, he's caught shoving a firearm into his waistband. Maybe he thought all those posts he made on social media, acting like he had nothing to do with it, was going to persuade the police to believe he wasn't involved. But all it did was backfire. In one of them, he would even say, quote, "They found out the rappers they thought was involved wasn't involved. They can't identify and don't know who none of the shooters are, don't have none of the M weapons, no shell casings, no footage of the shooters getting out the car. They saying the M vehicle just seen it leaving the general area, the same area ours already reserved Airbnb was, but still we sitting here. This so wrong. Obviously y'all got the wrong people. This is illegal. This is like being kidnapped. We missing the holidays and time away from our family and loved ones. For what? Because of what? Once again, these people evil as hell." Now we have another guy that's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, and I want y'all to pay attention to something. You see when he said, oh, y'all don't have the weapons, y'all don't have the shell casings, y'all don't have the footage, y'all don't have the pictures of the shooters, y'all don't have anybody getting out the vehicle or the vehicle. Basically what he's doing is pinpointing all the things that they pretty much took steps into doing so they wouldn't get caught, right? And the police ain't stupid. They know exactly what he's saying, but he's saying too much. Keep in mind, you don't know what evidence they have. I bet you he didn't think that they had that surveillance of him from the Airbnb putting a firearm into his waistband. I bet he didn't know that. And he does have a point. Usually, if you don't have those things, you really can't convict them. So yeah, you could take it to trial, but it's 50-50 because once again, you don't know what them people have. And I'm gonna tell you right now, when they want you bad enough, they gonna play dirty no matter what. Alright, now on the flip side of everything, you know you gotta be a different type of evil of a person to book a whole getaway with the sole purpose of just trying to unalive somebody. Right? That's crazy to me. How could you even fathom that, right? How could you even enjoy yourself going to a whole nother place or acting like you're going to a whole nother place because he's actually from Florida? So they're saying what? You're taking a vacation in another part of Florida? You expect us to believe that? You expect us to believe that? Right? These guys got to be a little more smarter, man. Y'all jump in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. How do y'all feel about the trial so far? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. I'm out.